There is only one real core issue when it comes to what happened at Sandy Hook with the school shooting and the Second Amendment. I'll never forget when I saw Obama get on TV soon after that event happened, him mentioning how something had to be done and how he didn't have to reference anything about the Second Amendment at all. I knew exactly where he was going with that. Now, just as a side note, I will always entertain a quote conspiracy theory. I will listen at least to what people have to say, as we all should. We have to have an open mind if we are going to move forward. Simply an open mind and listen. I've seen the footage of, I believe her name was Emily Parker, if I remember correctly, her alleged father speaking on camera, and that footage showing him prepping himself for tears, as if he was clearly an actor. I find that absolutely shocking and appalling, and the fact that no one would pay any attention to that, or not enough attention, is what concerns me more than anything else. The fact that people would shrug that off as if it meant nothing. What I've also come to learn, this could tie into a 9/11 as well, is that I've discovered that people who are like that, who won't even listen and consider things, are apparently just plain very scared. They don't realize that there are forces in place within our government and without our government, outside of our government, that are doing things that are almost beyond our ability to comprehend, that there are such, I hate using the word evil because it brings up religious ideas, which I don't believe in, I think, or support. I do believe evil exists, though. Nothing having to do with Christianity, just plain negativity as a replacement word. When it comes to the Second Amendment, there is only one core issue, and that is that the Second Amendment, as it was intended, is an inherent right. In other words, it has nothing to do with the Sandy Hook incident at all. Nothing. They are unrelated. They are completely unrelated. It would be akin to comparing anything at all that could happen in a courtroom to needing due process restrictions because of it. Now, I won't even go into the fact that habeas corpus doesn't even exist anymore. And it's supposed to be an inherent right, and it's not there. And I know this for a fact because I've witnessed it attempted multiple times. And it does not happen. It's ignored. So that should be enough to shock anyone out of their core. And above all else, should shock anyone enough into understanding how darn important that Second Amendment is. Boy, is it ever important. The point I want to make is that it is unrelated to Sandy Hook. One is an inherent right, and it's an inherent right, period. The other was an unfortunate event that was perpetrated by an ill person and was a horrible event. But it has nothing to do with the inherent rights that the Bill of Rights gave us, guaranteed us. And any time a politician tries to come in and manipulate inherent rights because of something that happened, he or she must be questioned immediately. And it is, in fact, treasonous to even suggest you can manipulate anything about the Bill of Rights. Now, I'm not going into the United States Corporation versus the United States of America at this point in time, even though that is exactly how all of this is accomplished. And it is the reason why he can be treasonous, is because he's not actually being treasonous. But people need to make a decision about what kind of country they want to live in.